I'm over here with Gabe from CD Projekt Red to talk all things Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. Gabe, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm well. I'm
Amazing.
excited.
Yeah, you should be. Yeah.
All right.
Last night was crazy. I mean, opening night live. What was your reaction to seeing how everybody took it all in?
I had so much fun. It's so much fun. We're excited. Seems like a lot of people are excited. So let's get this thing out there.
Now, it's pretty clear Phantom Liberty is super anticipated by gamers all across the globe. And you and CD Projekt Red have been working really hard and listening to the community feedback as well. Why don't you give us a peek into some of the reworked systems?
Sure. So there's so many, and maybe I can say kind of like a highlight what the inspiration was. We had such a beautiful, incredible world with so much potential. We wanted to infuse it with a bit more life. So we have a lot of new systems and new AI improvements and new fantasy fulfilling kind of abilities and stuff like that you can do. We revamped the police system so you can get in trouble. You can fight max tac if you really get up there in trouble.
Really? Max tac?
Max tac,
oh,
indeed.
We're so screwed.
Yes. And there's various different archetypes of the max tac units, and they have different mechanics and things like that. The police we have in Dogtown, it's a different crew. It's the bar guests who are like the law enforcement there, part of Kurt's militia, and then of course NCPD. And if you go to the Badlands, then it's Militech that are going to enforce the areas there. So there's a big variety, a lot of stuff. We've got like the player's an agent in the world, and the world reacts to the player, but also you'll see like gangs fighting each other and chasing each other in cars and stuff like that. So there's other agents in the world as well. So again, the world was so much potential, and we just wanted to infuse it with a bit more life in a kind of dynamic system way.
That's amazing. I mean, why don't you talk a bit more about those new systems? I mean, what in particular has been added to Phantom Liberty that players should be excited about?
Sure. So I touched on the police system and stuff like that. I should talk about the skill trees and stuff like that. So one of our big inspirations in revamping, we revamped the skill trees almost entirely. And one of our big inspirations is that we wanted to have sort of like, when you think about this world with cyberware, right, and the dark future, you've got certain fantasies in mind of kind of like ways you'd want to play and ways you want to be. Do you want to be like the, the fast marshal, with the sword, right? Do you want to be the net runner? Do you want to be Terminator, right?
Yeah.
Like that kind. And so now we've got these abilities where you can pick up bodies and throw it. You can be right in the middle of like the crossfire, and as long as you keep pushing that attack, you'll be regenerating, your life, and you'll be getting into a fury state. And of course, there's some Edge Runner Easter eggs in there.
I do love that.
Where you kind of going on the edge, you can push your cyberware to the limit and occasionally, get into a fury state because of it and start to lose some life. But if you're in this Terminator style build, you can be like pushing the attack and regaining your life doing it. So it like complements it well. I'm rambling now. I'm going on. There's just so much. There's just
I'm already
so much.
concocting like Sandevistan, Gorilla Arms. Let's just make like a David build. You know what I mean? I'm so into it. Yeah, nice. And the new trailer that you premiered at Opening Night Live, we got a look at some new car combat mechanics, which is brand new as well.
Yes.
How did that all come together?
Well, I mean, it's fun, right? It's all part of getting that, making the world feel more alive, more like what your expectations is, right? And when you get in the car, you can pull out an SMG, start fighting your enemies, doing wheelies, screeching, whatever. You can get on a bike, you can pull out your katana blade, slice some tires.
Nice.
And then when you slice their tires, they'll like veer and you can get them crashing and stuff like that. And of course, we've got some vehicles that have weapons mounted on them.
Oh.
So we've got this Bond-inspired style vehicle where these two little nozzles come out the front. You start.
Oh, that's
and
cheeky.
You can just, And then we got like an APC that has a missile rack and a couple others that have missile racks. And so, yes.
Okay, so maybe Max Tac have got something coming back to them as well then.
Yeah. And as you kind of push the police systems, they'll start bringing out vehicles with mounted weapons as well.
I mean, what I really love as well is the fact it's almost like a bit of a callback to that opening sequence with Jackie where you're just getting into all sorts of trouble. He's shooting guns out the side, and now we can kind of emulate that in like open play, which is really exciting.
Also, in some of the early trailers, you can open the vehicle side doors, and then you can just do that kind of like fishtail or whatever, and pull out your gun. But I can't wait to see the YouTube videos now. Certainly, we've got a friendly kind of targeting system, but you also can free aim and start hitting tires and gas tanks and blowing them up and really getting that sort of skill level with it. So I look forward to seeing some people pull that off.
That's so cool. It's all just kind of speaking to the creativity that you want players to have in Night City, because you said you put some life into it, and now we're giving you all the tools to just do whatever you want to do there as well.
You got it.
It's great. Now, we've heard this expansion was built as more of a standalone experience, so how does it kind of link in with the existing narrative with V, Johnny? What's actually going on in Phantom Liberty?
So we got to be careful with saying standalone because it is actually part of the main base game storyline. It's in the midst of it. Though, if you want to come in and play just this, we give you the option to skip ahead to it.
Oh, amazing.
Start immediately with Phantom Liberty. And you can leave Dogtown, you can go on to other quests, you can stick just to the Phantom Liberty quest line. And of course, when you finish it, there will be like an end sequence or various end sequences, stuff like that. And you can continue on with the base game. So it's in the midst of it. Similar to some of the Witcher expansions, similar to some of how we did some of that stuff, but a little bit more even free here because you can go back and forth between the game.
I won't take up too much more of your time. I just want to know one thing. When and how can players get their hands on Phantom Liberty?
September 26th on Xbox Series S and X.
Oh, close.